All right, how's everybody doing tonight? Yeah, we are running a minute or two behind. I apologize for that. I came in here and discovered that somehow or another my laptop had lost the internet connection. I don't know why. Everything else in the house still looked connected, but that wasn't. So, anyway, I think we have got it under control now, so it seems. So, I'm just waiting to get the spreadsheet loaded here, and as soon as that little program opens up, we should be good to go. Just as an additional kind of FYI sort of thing, we are supposed to be getting some severe weather. We've already had a little bit today, but not really much. But I guess we're supposed to get some nasty storms come through, maybe some tornado watches and hail and blah, blah, blah. I'm telling you this in case we have a power surge, if the power goes out, if the internet goes out, if anything funky happens. Just understand that I will get us back online, of course, as quickly as I possibly could. I hope obviously nothing's going to happen, but just in case it does, I want you to kind of know the lay of the land, if you will. So we are next going to take a look here at some information before we actually start ripping. I finally got it to load here. So feedback is automated. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you are instantly going to get positive feedback in return. And of course, the second thing there is to say thank you. Always appreciate you being here and appreciate your patience tonight as I got us started a minute or two late with whatever weirdness I've got going on here with the laptop tonight, which hopefully is taken care of. And it was also weird in that it somehow didn't recognize like any of my gear again either. Isn't that odd? So when the internet connected again to the laptop, it reinstalled the mouse and the camera and everything. Super strange, isn't it? Anyhow, this is what's coming up in the days ahead. So this stuff is already listed on eBay. We're going to be breaking it over the course of the next several days. So tomorrow night, it's a pair of Leaf Multisport autographed jerseys. Those spots are sold by the first letter of the last name on that break, and everything is listed in the football category. We're also going to break a case of Inception baseball tomorrow night. And what else are we going to break? Some Leaf Metal Draft Jumbo, but that's going to be a half case, and it will be sold again by the first letter of the last name. I'm going to fix this one little thing up here. Now, of course, on that Leaf Metal Draft Jumbo, it is a different configuration than the other Leaf Metal Draft Hobby that we've been opening. This one has 10 autograph hits per box. 9 of them are standard, and I think the 10th one is a proof of some sort. But if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the description, I always cut and paste that manufacturer's info in there. Then on Friday night, we do have a new release coming Friday, and from what I've been told, it's the last new release we will be seeing until probably somewhere in the middle of May, maybe even beyond. So, yeah, fun times, right? At least that's what they're telling me right now. So Friday night, we're going to start a little bit later than normal at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. We're going to open a case of Tribute Baseball, which is our Friday new release, and then another case of National Treasures Football. Saturday and Sunday will both be off nights. We will come back on Monday night and do a case of Game Day Greats autographed football jerseys and another case of Inception baseball. So that's what we look like in the days ahead. Now, here's what you need to know about what we're opening tonight. So both of our breaks are paid shipping breaks. That's Flawless Football and Gypsy Queen Baseball. And I'm expecting it to be out the door and on the way to you approximately Monday. If I can get it sent out to you sooner, I will. You see, it always says there plus or minus a day, so it could potentially go Saturday. It could potentially go Tuesday. I expect it most likely to go Monday, although I don't know. I would like to get it out sooner, but I will have to see how the week goes, I guess. Now, Gypsy Queen, everybody's going to hit cards. We do not need to worry about consolation cards there, but in Flawless Football, if you find that you go hitless, meaning you did not pull a card of any sort, base or otherwise, you will still get a package in the mail. It will have consolation card or cards in it for your team. It always works like that when you are dealing with a paid shipping break from me. Okay, so that's how that looks. I'm going to leave you set there for just 1 second. Let's see where we are. If everything's all paid up, which it looks like it is. Yay. Thank you, everybody. And let's keep on trucking then. So Flawless Football is our first break up tonight. We're breaking the full case, so it's a two-box break tonight, or two suitcase break, if you will. Everything that we are opening tonight ended tonight on eBay, which is Wednesday night, the 8th of April. And team names are on the left-hand side, winning bidders across from each team there on the opposite side. You will notice when we get down here to the bottom, the empty cases, empty boxes, whichever you prefer to call them, were sold as an auction item. They had their own bidding spot. So both of the suitcases, boxes, whatever you want to call them, they're going out tonight to the Bobby's Bargains, who picked up that spot in the break. Now, the last little piece of business here, I am fine-tuning the focus. And you're going to say, wait a minute, that doesn't look fine-tuned. My background just went out of focus. But that's on purpose, so don't worry about that. It's going to actually let us see what we want to see a little better off, as a matter of fact. Jay Allen, you finally got the notice at 8:45. Yeah, you know what? You are not the only one. So, guys and gals, I got a few emails about this, and apparently eBay was telling people tonight they didn't win when they did, and notifying everybody really late and acting super funky. And I can tell you that I had a similar experience trying to invoice, as in it would look like I was invoiced and everything was out, and then the next thing you know, here would come in a bunch of other stuff. And it was just like randomly in some weird random order. So apparently there was some strangeness happening tonight. I'm just catching the edge of that plastic under there with eBay and their billing and their bidding, or their whatever the heck you want to call it. There was something weird going on with it. So I think it did not just affect you, Jay Allen, is my point, because I had somebody else message me as well, kind of going, hey, wait a minute, do I have this team? Do I not have this team? So, and sadly, it's not the first time it's happened. We've seen it happen before, of course, but I don't know. Maybe they're having storms there too. Who knows? Oh, Ben, you didn't see the Flawless break go up? Yeah, listen, it was just a one-day break, because truthfully, I had forgotten about Flawless, and there is our empty suitcase. I had forgotten that it was coming out. I thought it had been moved, and by the time I realized it, which was Monday, of course, eBay doesn't let you do 2-day breaks, so I had to hustle it up and get it in there on a 1-day listing. So I know I kind of tried to warn everybody and say, hey, this is the, well, I may as well catch this under the edge too, and say, hey, this is the deal, this is what is going on. But I know not everybody caught it, and that's my bad, man. They're usually up there for 5 days. I thought this listing had been moved, or this release had been moved, and found out very, very last minute that wasn't the case. So sorry about that. And let's see, Dave is here. Hi, Dave. You said the Rams don't have Darrell Henderson in here. He's been a terrible signer lately. As in he's been redemptions, or as in you haven't been able to pull him? I don't know which. Could be both as far as that goes. All right, I guess I didn't quite get through that little sticker, did I? Let's try it again. Come on, Mr. Case. And then the other one doesn't want to pop up. Brother, oh brother. Does you think I need to sharpen my knife or something? Maybe. There we go. Okay. Now we'll get those out, and we got everything out. There's your little empty inside. Once again, these empty cases are going to Bobby's Bargains. So they have a home. So I'm trying to remember to do that. I still didn't remember to do it for National Treasures, but at least we got it done for Flawless. So Betsy says she wants to know what are some good teams to have for Tribute. So Tribute. If anybody wants to chime in. I haven't really broken down the checklist yet, so those of you who might have, if you want to chime in, that would be good. So what is this? What is this? Oh, it's a redemption. I'm like going, like I knew they had blockchain, but I'm going, surely they didn't just give us some kind of blockchain something. So the redemptions apparently are going to be blockchain now too. Interesting. We'll flip it over and see who's on the other side in a minute. You may have already seen it. I don't know. I didn't look at it when I was trying to figure out what it was, but we'll check it out shortly. Matt, you need some flawless Steelers. We're going to work on that. Jay Allen says the checklist still isn't up for tribute. Not surprising. Topps often doesn't get them up as fast as we would like, it seems. David Montgomery is the first one that we're taking a look at, and that is for the Chicago Bears. It is numbered 220. We got some 3 of the 4 relics, pretty nice looking. And I honestly think I'm going to tweak that focus just ever so slightly again, because that's not letting me look at that just quite as closely as I prefer. Now let's get one more look at him. Yeah, I think that's a little better. I like to get real up close and personal with them so that you can see exactly what you're getting if it's coming to you. The Broncos hit a Drew Lock relic, numbered 225. And Shad Jones is here. Hi, Shad. I am doing well. How about you? How are things in your part of the world? Well, I'm doing well as long as this storm didn't come through and knock us off of here tonight. Bradley Chubb for the Broncos. That is numbered 225, and that is, of course, your on-card signature, and your relic is a piece of the gloves. We have ourselves a Hall of Fame signature for the Bears, numbered 225. It's Brian Urlacher. So the Bears are already looking pretty good tonight. Then we've got Amari Cooper out for the boys. That is numbered 220 for Dallas. Oh, Dave, you just found us on eBay. Well, cool. Well, I am glad to have you join us, of course. We usually have fun in here. Numbered 215. It is a Devin Singletary signature and relic. Ooh, that looks nice coming up. That's for the Buffalo Bills. I got distracted. Sorry. I saw this in the offing, and I get distracted by really nice looking relics, and I happen to really like that one. It is signed by Nick Chubb. It is an awesome relic, and it is numbered 2-3, headed to Cleveland. Jay Allen, you said eBay servers must have the virus. I swear it felt like that tonight, didn't it? It was so strange. And then here's another interesting thing. It dumped in some crazy number of emails that some of which, when I read them, seem like they were possibly sent yesterday, but they were not delivered yesterday. They were all delivered at some point today, like in the daytime or the early evening hours, since the last time I checked it anyway. So, and it wasn't just 1 or 2. There were all of a sudden like 15 emails that dumped in there. And I had checked my email last night after the break, and I had answered every email I had when I turned it off and went to bed. And then I come in today and there's like 15 emails. Deontay Johnson for the Steelers, numbered to 10 with a relic. So I do think the servers are having some sort of an issue. I will say that. Because otherwise, all those emails, again, some of them, they're all dated today, but they sound like, some of them, that they were written yesterday. So I don't know. Josh Jacobs for the Raiders, and that is numbered to 25 with some nice looking relics attached. Andre Reed for the Buffalo Bills, and that one is numbered to 15, another Hall of Fame autograph there. Then numbered 215, it's Gronk, Rob Gronkowski for the Patriots. Oh, Matt, yeah, I do know what their blockchain is. I mean, it's a digital card and you own the rights in perpetuity and you can sell it and transfer it and whatever. And I mean, it's kind of like a Bitcoin version of a trading card. So I am familiar with what that is. I was just surprised to see it in here because normally with their blockchain, you get a physical card and the virtual card. So I'm going to when we flip that over, we'll see if that's the same here. I would expect it to be, that we would get the physical card and you will get the other, but we'll find out. Number to 25, DK Metcalf for the Seahawks. And then Kirk Cousins, wow, Skol, Vikings, numbered to 15 with a little Kirk Cousins. And behind that, I see another one that I'm going to like. It's for the Pack, and it's Jordy Nelson, numbered to 15 for the Green Bay Packers. And Christine, I just looked over there. You typed a while ago, come on Vikings. Well, I would say that did it, right? That one made you happy, I'm going to bet. Jason said the blockchain redemption is one per box. So there you go. We will be finding those throughout, it seems. So good to know. I am reaching to get something over here because I might need it in a minute. We'll see what we've got. Ray Lewis, and it happens to be a 1 of 1. So Ravens, you just got your money's worth with a Ray Lewis 1 of 1 for the Ravens. And I'm just going to go ahead and bag these as we go and just keep them all nice and happy in there. What do you say? I think that's a good idea. Can't really hurt the card, but we'll keep the case all nice and happy too. And then a Le'Veon Bell with the NFL Shield and the Nike swoosh. So you know how happy that makes me. I love both those things. And I used to love Le'Veon Bell when he was a Steeler. He is numbered to 3, making life a little happier tonight for the Jets. They might be happier with the card than they were with his on-field play this year, do you think? Maybe. I don't know. Oh, that's our little, these aren't blood diamonds and they're real, if you can actually even see them, notice. Josh Jacobs, nice one for the Oakland Raiders, soon to be Las Vegas Raiders. It is numbered to 25. And on the horizon, I see one that's going to make, I believe it's Matt that has my Steelers tonight, right, Matt? Isn't that you? Numbered to 20, Juju Smith-Schuster, Pittsburgh Steelers, to 20. Robert Doc Holliday is here too. Hi, Doc. Jay Allen says Gronk is now a wrestler. He is. He won the belt the other night. And whatever little match he was in, yeah, he won it. He won his little WWE belt. So, well, Cardinals, were you getting nervous? I wasn't, because I happened to see this one when I was taking it out of the case. Yeah, that's pretty sweet, right? So once again, we've got a laundry tag. We've got the NFL Shield, the Nike swoosh. It's numbered to 3. It's your man, Kyler Murray, for the Arizona Cardinals, which pretty well makes them, well, successful tonight, because that's exactly what you wanted to hit. Ben says that the blockchain is not giving us the physical version of the card in this instance. It is only going to be the digital version of the card. Well, isn't that interesting? And Daniel Jones for the Giants. I got a little sneak peek at him, too, when I was getting them out of the suitcases. That one numbered to 15 for the Giants. And then this is another, oh, look, it's not Blood Diamonds card. Now, we are going to take a look at our lovely little blockchain redemptions, and then we'll be ready to recap after we flip these over and see what's on the other side. Okay, this is Terry McLaurin. It says BC Rookie Blockchain is what the BC stands for. Blockchain Rookie Gem Signatures Diamond, Terry McLaurin. And that, of course, is going to be the Redskins. We'll still go look it up online like we normally do, but that's what it should be. And then Will Greer comes out for the other. That's going to be the Carolina Panthers. It's Blockchain Flawless Rookie Signatures Ruby. So look at Panini getting all fancy and making us think they're giving us something extra. Well, they kind of are, but really all they did was take a picture of another card. So I don't know quite how I feel about it as far as whatever, but I don't know. Who knows? Got to be worth something, right? You see people selling those digital cards all the time. I forgot to bring you over here with me. Now you can see what I'm seeing. So first we'll go verify the team for the Terry McLaurin. It says BC Rookie Gem Signature Diamond. So let's go find that. Wow, there's a lot of scrolling. BC Rookie Gems Signatures Diamond. There we go. Card number 20 is Mr. McLaurin. Washington Redskins, as we expected, and numbered to 5, such as it is. Let me get him labeled up here. And now we'll go verify Will Greer. He is in the ruby category of this, not the diamond category. So we'll wander around and find that. Gem signatures. Oh, this is just flawless rookie signatures. Okay, I got to look up. BC flawless rookie signatures. Where are you? Card number 18 is Will Greer. And he's going to be numbered to 10 for Carolina. And you know what? I'll be interested to see what some of these sell for, but I'm going to say they'll probably generate some decent money. That'd be my guess. I mean, all the, of course, Topps had the Huddle app until recently. They lost their licensing for it, but they, of course, you know, that was all digital cards, and you'd see stuff selling on eBay for decent money, and that was different even than this, so I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's recap it. Pittsburgh Steelers, number 210, Deontay Johnson relic. Sweet, sweet little relic right there. Number 2-3 for the Browns with Nick Chubb. Autograph and relic, of course, I should have said. Number 215, Devin Singletary for the Bills. 3-color relic on card autograph. The Boys, Amari Cooper, number 220 for Dallas. Hall of Fame, Bears, Urlacher /25. A glove relic and on-card autograph. It's Bradley Chubb /25 for the Broncos. We got both the Chubbs, the cousins, I think they are, aren't they? Drew Lock, numbered to 25, also headed to Denver with a relic. And then we've got a David Montgomery quad relic, numbered to 20, also headed to Chicago. We've got an autograph for Jordy Nelson, numbered to 15, the Green Bay Packers. This little beauty here, numbered to 15, is Mr. Kirk Cousins for the Minnesota Vikings. DK Metcalf and the Seahawks, that is numbered to 25. Rob Gronkowski, numbered to 15 for the Patriots. And Andre Reed for the Buffalo Bills, numbered to 15 with a Hall of Fame signature. For the Oakland Raiders, numbered to 25, it is Josh Jacobs. Then we've got, we may as well do these right now. So our blockchain redemption for a digital card, it is Terry McLaurin Redskins. It will be to 5. Our other blockchain digital card is Will Greer, the Panthers, numbered to 10. Now, Juju Smith-Schuster from the Pittsburgh Steelers, numbered 220. A very nice-looking Josh Jacobs hit. Gloves for the relic. On-card signature, of course, numbered to 25 for the Raiders. A beautiful little swoosh and NFL shield. It's numbered to 3 for Le'Veon Bell and the Jets. And how about a sweet little 1/1 headed to the Ravens, Ray Lewis, with some little tiny diamond chips in there. The 1/1's probably worth more than the diamond chips, I'm just saying. Daniel Jones is in for the New York Giants. It is numbered to 15. It's still all wrinkled. I was trying to fix that, and I made it like about the same, didn't I? And this bad boy here, Kyler Murray, laundry tag, swoosh. Shield, numbered to 3, Arizona Cardinals, and Kyler Murray. All right, so there you go. There you have it. There you are. That is our flawless break tonight. And we have, of course, more cases of flawless that I'll get scheduled in over the course of the next, I don't know, week or two. We've got to kind of try to stretch things out a little bit, since apparently we're not going to have any new product for a while, it sounds like. So let's take a little peek at this again. For those of you who might have jumped in midstream, you didn't see it earlier, you want another look at it, whatever the case might be, here is the info. So both of our breaks tonight are paid shipping breaks. They should be out the door and on the way to you approximately Monday. If I can get it sent sooner, of course, I will happily do so. And if something unexpected happened, it could always go later. But as it stands right now, I've got it Monday, as always, plus or minus a day that you see there. In Flawless, if you happen to get skunked, meaning you did not pull a card of any sort at all, you are still going to get a package in the mail. It will have consolation card or cards in it, and it will ship out to you when the rest of the break goes out the door. And if you are in our upcoming break for Gypsy Queen, well, you don't have to worry about consolation cards, because there's about, I don't know, 80 million trillion cards in there. So everybody's going to have plenty coming their way. So it is a 5-box half case break of Gypsy Queen Baseball, and this is actually the start of a new case. I know the numbering's off, usually even numbers the back of the case, but it's actually the start of a case in this instance. And it ended tonight on eBay, of course, same as our other break. And we're breaking it same night it ended, as we typically do, Wednesday night, the 8th of April. Team names are there on the left-hand side. Winning bidders are across from each team on the opposite side. And what else do we need to know about that? Because this is the start of a new case, I'm actually going to take all 10 boxes out of here. And I'll number them on the end, and we'll use random.org to help us determine which 5 we open tonight, which 5 will be opened the next break. So let's get this little bad boy up here and ready to rock. See what we can find in Gypsy Queen tonight. If you haven't done a break of this before, it is 2 on-card autograph per box. We also have box loaders in here, which are simply a chrome version of the card. And there are, I believe, 3 to a pack, if I remember correctly, for our box loaders. And of course, we'll find all kinds of inserts and other interesting things. We'll talk about those more as we go along. But first things first, we have to figure out which ones we're actually diving into tonight, and which ones will be hanging back until the next break. So we're going to get this all labeled up and then let our dear old friend random.org sort it out for us. Now, whenever I do random, when I have 9 or fewer items in a list, I do random 3 different times, and only the third one counts. When we have 10 or more, as we do tonight, of course, I do random 1 single time. So I'll just be simply typing in 1 through 10, hitting random once, and then we'll take the first 5 numbers and open those corresponding boxes. On the same line? Yeah, I was on the same line. I couldn't remember if I'd hit enter again. I know it happens sometimes. All right, there we go. We came up with 3, 10, 2, 7, and 8. So 2, 3, 7, 8, and 10. 2, 3, 7, 8, 10. All right, there's 2, 3, 7, there's 8. And there's Mr. Number 10. All right, so there's our 5. Let me get the other 5 safely tucked back into their case. And then we're about to get underway with Gypsy Queen. All righty. So far, so good. I don't hear any more thunder or anything at the moment, so that's always a bonus. I like that better. Makes me nervous when we're breaking and I hear lots of thunder. I'm always thinking, oh God, if the power goes out in the middle of something, it's going to be terrible. Let me just get these thick sleeves out of the way so I'm not mixing them in with the ones we actually need to use. And then let's get to it. See what we can find tonight. I need to catch up on chat too, don't I? Yes, I do. There's a bunch in here. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Doc Holliday says the back. I didn't even read the full back of that blockchain redemption out of that last product. He says it tells us on the back that they are giving us only the digital version. Well, that figures, doesn't it? Ben, I have a digital collection as well, a small one through Huddle. It's really not much of anything. I would just log in occasionally and get the free cards, and every once in a while chase something, but I didn't really invest an extraordinary amount of anything in it. But I have virtual collections on their Topps, on their Bunt app and different things. So, I mean, I kind of get it, but I don't. Some of the cards sell for quite a bit of money on eBay on some of that Bunt stuff. That was never me. If I wanted something, you know, I'm okay with buying a big group of something for a couple bucks so I could get an award or whatever, but I don't spend a lot of money on those. But I know some people do, for sure. Polanco and the Twins. This is our box loader chrome parallels that I mentioned earlier. Verlander for the Astros, and this one will be numbered. We have Manny Machado for the San Diego Padres. It is numbered to 99. There is another version of this. One is called Blue, one is called Indigo. And frankly, they both look pretty much the same color to me. But anyway, one of them is to 99. The other one's a higher number. So we can just call that one whichever you prefer, blue or indigo. I don't know which one's which. They look the same. Doc Holliday, you said there are some on eBay of the blockchain for over $1,000. Oh, mercy. Oh, my gosh. I had absolutely no idea there were some for that much money on there. Somebody's asking that much or somebody's paying that much? As in there are live bids in that amount already or something. That's crazy. Ooh, I don't know what's going on there. Jay Allen, you need Arizona and Philadelphia. A little Diamondback Philly action tonight. All right, my friend. Calvin, you said Bravo. Does that mean you have the Braves and your spell check changed it to Bravo? It might have. But yeah, see, Calvin, the thing is, I don't know which one is considered indigo and which one is considered blue. I know they're 99 and 150, but I don't know which one is supposed to be which. That's what confuses me, because the two colors, frankly, look almost identical to me. All right, so we're going to kind of cut a path through our base cards as we normally do. Now, all the cards ship in here, so if something were to go by that for some reason I didn't catch, which is certainly possible, there are a lot of high number short prints in here and things that are not readily necessarily noticeable that they're in there. Not to worry, you're still going to get it because everything is shipping out of here. So Fortune Teller Mini for the Twins and with Willens, and there's a little Bichette Fortune Teller Mini coming out for the Blue Jays. So some of the things we could find would be a logo swap where that Gypsy Queen logo would be the Gypsy's face instead. You can have a blank nameplate. That is another variation. There are a variety of others that are less likely to be pulled than those. I mean, there can be, well, there's a number of different varieties. There's a tarot. We'll see plenty of those before we're done tonight. That particular one, of course, was the Astros. And the high number short prints are simply any card in the series that is numbered 301 or higher. They are most often retired players, your Babe Ruths, your Johnny Benches and things like that. So most often they are not, we may catch them as they go through. But again, if one happens to get past me, not to worry, you're still going to get it. So don't worry about that. Then for the Padres, you've got a numbered Gypsy Queen Mini. It's to 250 with Mr. Tatis headed to the San Diego Padres. And let's see, what else? Somebody else, I'm sure this will come up somewhere along the way. When there are hits in a pack, which not every pack has a hit, but when there are hits in the pack, it is usually the 5th card in the pack. I don't particularly worry about sorting them out pack by pack because not nearly every pack has a hit anyway, and most of the important stuff we're going to catch it live. Yamamoto. This is our first autograph out of box number 1, and that is headed to Miami. The Marlins getting a little autograph to start their night off well. And what else is in here, guys? Jackie Robinson Day. I mean, there's plenty of other odds and ends that are less. Jackie Robinson Day is not super unlikely to pull, but there are others that are much more difficult to pull that we probably won't see. But if we do, we'll flag it, of course. And J. Allen, what did you say is in almost every case? Yamamoto? I don't remember pulling him out of all these that we've opened. I mean, maybe one other time, but I don't know. Maybe he is, and I just don't remember. Oh, Players Weekend. Yeah, Calvin Players Weekend is in here too. I should have remembered that because I always comment on how I hated the Players Weekend uniforms this year. And there's the black and white variations. Those are numbered to 50. There can be bazooka back variations. I mean, again, there's a ton of stuff. But the vast majority of it that we're likely to hit, we've already kind of hit the high points of. And if we run across one of the more rare variations, of course, we'll talk more about it then. Yeah, Calvin, we already went over the missing nameplate and the logo swap and all that kind of stuff. So that one for sure, yeah, we'll find those for sure. And he says that technically the one that is to 99 is what they call blue, and the 1 to 150 is what they call indigo, and I would have probably called them the opposite. I would have said those colors were the opposite of the way apparently Topps is describing them. But anyway, what are you going to do? They look so similar to me, it's hard to determine anyway. Number to 150, there's a little Aroldis Chapman for the New York Yankees. He, of course, used to be a Cincinnati Red. Who's the team I root for? It's my rooting interest. And I guess everybody has heard about that weird plan that Major League Baseball has about trying to get all the teams together in isolation. Together in isolation, that's, yeah, right? Ohtani with the Angels with a little fortune teller mini. And here comes Willens with an autograph for Minnesota, the Twins, with our second autograph out of box number 1. So here is a Trey Turner. It's facing the opposite way, so it's going to be something interesting. And it is what? I'm not sure what it is, but it's facing the opposite way, so it is something. I'm trying to figure out what. Oy, I don't know. Is that, I'm looking, I'm looking for the, stripes for something for the holiday. I don't know what it is with him, but he's something. So, there you go. He is something or another. But yeah, so they're talking about trying to get all the teams together and play in the spring training facilities down in Arizona, which I think sounds like a horrible idea. And I think the players are pushing back a little bit too, because honestly, I mean, isn't that the whole thing? You're not supposed to be gathering in groups, but you want to have all the players and personnel from 30 teams in one spot. It's a high number short print, Jackie Robinson for the Dodgers. So I think it's a weird plan. I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know why they're so anxious. I mean, I do know why they're so anxious to get back to business. They're losing revenue, the owners, but all the other sports teams are being a little more reasonable about things. So I don't know. Chris Archer, and that is numbered to 250 for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And there again, dealer's choice, whatever you want to call that color. It can be whatever your heart desires. It can be blue, it can be indigo, it can be whatever works for you, works for me. How about that? Jay Allen, you saw a 2-case player break that had 2 or 3 Yamamotos in the break. Wow. Yeah, well, maybe he's coming out more than we've hit him or more than I remembered. We all know my poor little brain is a little tough some days. Rich, this is the case break. You haven't missed it. We're in the midst of it. This is only box number 1 of Gypsy Queen, so you haven't missed it. I mean anything but maybe the first part of this first box, of course. So that is a polar bear tarot insert for the Mets, also known, of course, as Pete Alonso. And what else? What else? I think we've hit all the high points of this, unless we run across something else different. That was Chapman Yankees, another tarot insert. Vlad Guerrero Jr. with a little mini for Toronto. And Acuna for the Braves. And he is a player's weekend with those ugly, ugly uniforms. See, I told you, I say it every time. I really hate those uniforms so much. Was Trey Turner a player's weekend? I don't think he was he? Let me go back here and look. No, he was in his regular uniform. I don't know. I just thought it was worth going back to check. And Rich, you've got the Mariners in here. Yeah, we've only just pulled the 2 autographs so far. One was the Twins, and who the heck was the other one? The Twins and, see, I can't even remember. We were just talking about him, the Marlins. Oy. So that's all you missed, was just part of box number 1. You're still in good shape, man. No worries, no worries. Does the Turner have a silver border? No, it did not have a silver border. It's just a regular, just looks regular. I don't know what the deal is with it. We'll look at it closer again, I guess, when we recap it and see if anybody can figure it out. It's something because it was facing around backwards. I just don't know what exactly. And there was no visible number to make it look like it was Jackie Robinson Day, and I didn't see any military stuff or any 4th of July stuff on the uniform, so I'm not sure what it was. But we'll look at it again and recap. AJ Puck for the A's. For the Cubbies, you have Rizzo. These, again, are our chrome box loaders. And then for the Kansas City Royals, you end up with Whit Merrifield. So we will see how things... What in the heck? I set that down upside down, but no, not all the cards are upside down. Oh boy, is it going to start going like that now? I hope not, but yeah, it is, isn't it? They're going to give us some cards facing one way and some facing another. Oh, why do you do this to me, Topps? So in talking with my reps today, I did at least determine what our situation is, because you know, these various like Topps that come out, I guess a week or 10 days ago, and just put all of their listings for, or their release date calendar for all of their upcoming products, just all switched over to say TBD, to be determined. So I knew with Topps we were sitting back, probably going to be waiting a while. But for Panini, they were still showing lots of April release dates. So I just doubled back with my reps today and said, hey, are we really getting any of that or not? Or what are you hearing? And so what they were told most recently is that the printer that prints all the cards, apparently for both Topps and Panini, is the same printer, is in Texas. So they are not going to have anything going out the door until some point at which Texas opens up for business again, because like so many places, they have closed all non-essential businesses, and naturally they are including the printer as a non-essential business, so nobody can get their cards printed. Although another rep told me today that Tribute was actually printed someplace different in North Carolina, which he said they hadn't had before. Aaron Judge for the Yankees with a little Topps mini. So maybe they're going to try to switch some production and get some things back up and running. I don't know. But his feeling was we weren't going to see any more new releases after Tribute on Friday until probably middle of May. Another ugly Players Weekend uniform, but that one belongs to a guy I like, Christian Yelich in the Milwaukee Brewers. John is asking if I have a website. I do not, sir. I had intended always to build one. I've had very good intentions of that for about 6 years now. I don't know. Something always happened and it never worked out. And then, of course, with that change in the law, where now all small businesses are required to both collect and submit sales tax for virtually every state in the country, there is no way I could have a separate website because I don't have the time to keep up with all those different states and their various tax collection laws and submission deadlines and all that fun stuff. And it would just be an absolute accounting nightmare, which I am not particularly good at accounting. So, yeah. So that shot me in the foot of ever even thinking about website stuff now. Number 250, well, we've seen this guy already in this case, but this is the black and white version for the Twins of Willens. So, yeah, I wish that, I guess in a way I'm glad that I didn't get one set up ahead of time, because then I would be so bummed when that law took effect and it had to change everything. So I guess in that regard, I'm kind of okay with it, but in the long run, I would like to have had one. It would have saved me a lot of money from eBay fees, but, oh well, we do what we must. So there's a mini for Austin Meadows and the Tampa Bay Rays. I felt it on the bottom, so I just went ahead and moved it up. Tarot for Verlander and the Astros, and a tarot for Aaron Nola and the Phillies. Need some love for the Phillies, don't we? Another mini, Hira for the Brewers. And what else is in here? Have we seen our autographs yet? Any of them out of this box? Yeah, we saw the Willens. That's right. I know. I feel like my mind is like eBay was tonight. It's all over the place. But I have got... there was definitely something up with their server. There's no way I would have had like 17 emails dumped in there virtually instantly. That just doesn't happen. Then none of them were there last night at midnight. Or this morning. So, yeah, super strange. Jay Allen, you said North Carolina isn't locked up as hard as other places. That's probably, yeah, true. I think the deal is, of course, well, not just that they've got to get another printer if they want to carry on, but they also, of course, have all kinds of systems in place for how the distributors get their cards. So a lot of them have what I would call a master warehouse, for lack of a better way to say it, in Dallas, a lot of these bigger companies. And then they ship it out to their various locations around the country from there. Or some of them, send a tractor trailer, basically, and pick it up from the printer and drive it to some central point where it's distributed. So everybody would have to redo all their trucking routes and the whole thing. I think it would be harder than it seems anyway. That is Ohtani black and white to 50 for the Angels. And then, of course, you've also got the issue with the brick and mortar stores, which the vast majority of which are closed down all over the country. So if they're shipping this stuff to businesses that are closed, that's not good either, right? So I don't know how they're going to get it fired back up. That is a Johnny Bench high number short print for the Cincinnati Reds. I do think it'll be difficult, honestly, to pick the right time to start things back up. Because even when restrictions start easing in some places, they will not necessarily have eased in all the places. And I guess they've got to consider all those details. So, I don't know. For the Giants, it is Logan Webb, numbered to 250. And also, my distributors told me they are cleaned out of just about everything they have. Old product, new product, recent product, 5-year-old product. Everybody's been just buying up everything because a lot of people don't have enough stuff on hand to break for the next month or whatever. So as a result, what is left, they have seriously jacked up the prices on. Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers. This one is a logo swap. So that, of course, is where you see the gypsy in the upper corner there as opposed to the normal GQ that we see up there. And there is a little Thor for our tarot. And I thought I felt a mini on the back of there, but I guess I didn't. I think I can. I thought I did, but I did not. But we still have a fair amount of stuff here. So, I mean, I think as long as I continue to maybe take off Saturdays and Sundays and we break through the week, I think we'll have enough to last. Football will be the one I'll be scarce on. We got a decent amount, or actually basketball. We got a decent amount of baseball and some football, not much basketball. Zach Collins, that is the White Sox for an autograph hit. But, of course, don't have much basketball anytime ever, even if this weren't going on. So that one's not that much of a shock. Michael Chavis for the Red Sox. But we may... Oops, there's a missing nameplate for the Cubbies with Garcia. We might even dip back a little bit and maybe do some Bowman draft or some things like that I think I still have a little bit of sneaking around here somewhere. I had stashed it back a little bit thinking, I'm going to sit on that for maybe a year or so. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think if we start running out of stuff to break, I'm going to give in and we'll start breaking the Bowman draft that I had intended to sit on for a year or two. All right, for the New York Yankees, Chapman. Jay Allen says, you need some Phillies and I got to help get you. You didn't say I have to help. I'm saying I got to help get you out of a serious slump. Your words, the serious slump part. A Bo Bichette and numbered chrome box topper for the Indians, Logan Allen to 150. Yeah, that I did do a little engine that could a minute ago. You're right. I did. I think I can. Well, we're starting to run out of things to watch. I mean, we have plenty of stuff to watch if we want to go back and watch movies, older movies, or movies that we haven't watched in a long time. And goodness knows on Netflix, there's probably 80 million things we haven't watched. But I'm saying things that, you know how you have kind of, what's a good way to say it? Like a rainy day list of stuff that it's on your list for, well, when I have time, I'll watch XYZ. And I think we're about out of stuff to watch that is on the rainy day list. But we did find, if anybody gets Disney Plus, they did put up 2 new Disney nature movies sometime since we were last on there. One about elephants and one about dolphins. The dolphin one is the one that was supposed to have come out for Earth Day 2 years ago, and then suddenly they just scrapped it and didn't show any film that year for Earth Day. And Elephants is the one that would have been in the theaters for Earth Day this year, and they just released it directly to Disney Plus. So if you're into that sort of thing, some nature documentaries, good for the whole family. They're both pretty good. There's a mini for Yelich and the Brewers, and a black and white parallel here for Mr. Gleyber Torres and the New York Yankees. It is numbered, as they all are, 250 when they're black and white. But we go to those Disney nature films pretty much every year for Earth Day. And don't call me a hippie either. Somebody's thinking that. Somebody's like, hippie. Not a hippie, man. But they are, I mean, they're good. They're good movies to watch. Those camera crews go to some amazing places, and they follow these different types of animals. It's a different animal every year for a year to get all the footage. And some of it's really quite extraordinary if you've never watched any of them. Josh Bell to 250 for the Pittsburgh Pirates. So I did not get hardly any sleep last night. Could not sleep. But I did watch Elephants. And yeah, in the middle of the night. So there's a fortune teller mini Mike Trout. We've got an autograph hit coming up on us, and it is headed to Houston. Lance McCullers Jr. and happens to also be numbered to 99 with our pretty little blue parallel there, or possibly indigo parallel, some sort of parallel. Yeah, see, I knew somebody's going to call me a hippie. I knew somebody would. I knew you would, Jay Allen. JR, you asked if there were any Jags in Flawless Football. I did not see that until just now. I apologize, my friend, that I didn't see that earlier. I don't believe there were. I don't recall any Jags being in there. Does anybody else? I don't think that there was. I don't think that there were. But we will, of course, or I will, upload the replay or upload the video after the break. And the replay will be available generally within an hour or so, hour or two after the break. There's also the version that YouTube archives, and that version is up potentially even faster. The only difference between the two is when I upload mine, what we record locally, I add tags and titles to make it easier to find in the future, and the YouTube one will just say something like live stream. But it'll be there. Calvin, you said you got Planet Earth on 4K. Oh, Planet Earth is a great series. Yeah. Planet Earth, and then there's, what's the one called that's about the Arctic? I forget what that one is called, but it's like, it's a BBC one as well. Frozen Planet, is that what it was called? I think it is. It's been several years since I've seen it. But if you like Planet Earth, I'm pretty sure it's called Frozen Planet, is also just excellent. All those BBC films along those lines are incredible, and I love all the Disney nature ones too. They put out one every year for Earth Day for the last, I don't know, probably 10 years anyway. Maybe a little bit longer. Jay Allen, you're so bad. He says he's gonna burn a big pile of plastic and tires to celebrate Earth Day. And he typed in, just kidding. Nobody go after him if you're not reading the chat. he was kidding. Robert Mini for the White Sox. So, yeah, I don't know. There were no traumatic animals eating other animals in this one either about elephants, so that was nice. Sometimes it gets pretty dicey on some of those. As far as, well, the natural order of things and apex predators and whatnot. Some of them are a little dicey, but elephants wasn't too bad. Didn't have too much of that stuff. Oh, Calvin, yeah, David Attenborough is great. You know, there's a version of, I guess it is Planet Earth. There's also a version that somehow Oprah Winfrey narrates, and it's like, it's just not the same. It's really not the same. David Attenborough is so incredible doing those. I agree with you on that. An Austin Hayes blank nameplate for the Orioles. Little Baltimore. A mini for the Tampa Bay Rays with Brendan McKay. I think it's weird that they changed the size of the minis a couple years ago. Don't you all find that odd? I'm sure it saves them money because they're now essentially the size of half of a standard size card. But I liked the other minis so much better. Koufax, a high number short print for the Dodgers, and it's a logo swap. Woohoo! It's a 2-for-1. You're excited about that, aren't you? I was excited when I went to Fazoli's to pick up food and found out they had a buy one, get one for baked spaghetti. It's a buy one, get one kind of day, isn't it? Oh, we just got something good. It's really good. I don't know who the player is. I just see the type of card. We'll see when we see the player how good is, but it's good. Because these don't come out very often. We have ourselves an autographed garment card. It is numbered to 50. It's going to the Dodgers. Max Muncy. Yeah, the patch cards, the relic cards, they don't come out a lot. And the booklets do not come out a lot. Though most years, we end up pulling Gypsy Queen booklets. Not every single year, obviously, because they only come out something like once every 10 or 12 cases. But we've had pretty good luck, and I'd say at least in the last 2 or 3 years, somewhere along the way, we end up pulling a booklet. So that's nice. Pull the relic. They don't come out. I would have to look at the odds, but I'm going to say they probably don't come out more than once every 4 or 5 cases, or 5 or 6 cases, or something like that. Oh, Calvin says we went past a Torres logo swap. Okay. Well, let's see if I can find it here. I just now saw that in chat, so I don't know how far back it was, but we will just whiz right through here. And if it's not in here, then I'll grab the next stack down and we'll whiz through there and look for it again. It's got to be somewhere, right? It's got to be in there. If we missed it, let's see if we can't locate that little bad boy. Right there it is. Thank you, sir. I always appreciate that. I don't know if I said that tonight. I usually say, if you guys see one that goes by that I don't catch, absolutely flag it and we'll find it. So Mr. Gleyber Torres logo swap for the Yankees. Thank you very, very much for catching that one for me, Calvin. And we'll get back to our box loaders. Chrome Tampa Bay Rays with Brendan McKay. Chrome Indians with Francisco Lindor. And a numbered Austin Meadows, Tampa Bay Rays, Chrome box loader, blue parallel to 150. Rich says the Dodgers get so many hits, it's sad. Unless you have the Dodgers, right? If you've got the Dodgers, you're like, yeah, I love it. The Dodgers get a lot of hits. They have been on a bit of a roll lately. I will grant you that. We've hit a lot of Dodgers recently out of Gypsy Queen. It seems more so than normal, even, truthfully. Shad, you said the Dodgers spread the love to the rest of the team. Well, we haven't seen an abundance of Dodgers in this half of the case, but there was one that had mostly Dodgers the other day. Like, it was insane. It's ridiculous. You haven't seen a single booklet yet this year, Jay Allen. Ooh, I feel challenged now. I feel like it's a personal challenge to find a booklet. Not that I have any control over it whatsoever. But yet I accept your challenge that I have no control over. Brendan McKay, fortune teller mini for the Tampa Bay Rays. Rich says he always sees Max Muncy and Corey Dickerson autographs for, I started to say the Yankees. Let's try that again. For the Dodgers. Yeah. Well, I'm telling you. They do show up some. Oh, maybe they don't have any booklets this year, you said? Oh, well, that's going to be a drag if they don't. Taylor Ward and the Angels with an autograph hit. Oh, man. Well, if there's no booklets, I'm going to be bummed. There's a mini for Yelich and the Brewers. And... oh, Betsy, you've seen 3 booklets all in the same case. Wow. Wow, that is crazy. So that means we do have booklets, but apparently they're not very evenly distributed, it doesn't sound like. So that is not as good for the Angels Mike Trout with a mini. Because generally the booklets will fall... I think it's about once every 10 to 12 cases. A missing nameplate for the Indians and Jose Ramirez. So 3 in 1 case definitely means the odds are going to be totally skewered for, well, everybody else. But I am glad they're still in there, though, because I do look forward to those. Tarot insert. I would like to have been part of that break, though. I would have been losing my mind if we pulled 3 booklets out of 1 case. You all know I would have been. Oh, by the time we hit the second one, I would have already been super, super pumped. And by the time we hit the third one, I might have just passed out from the excitement of it. I would have been thrilled to hit 3 booklets at once. Or relatively at once, I should say. Another tarot for the Yankees and Chapman. Seen quite a few of those. A mini White Sox for Robert. I guess our draft products are going to be really weird this year too. Because if they follow through with what it seems that they have agreed upon, at least in principle, and by they, I mean the owners and the Players Association, will be nothing but a 5-round draft. 5 rounds. Normally there are, what, 40, I think? So there are not that many players in 5 rounds, all right? We're talking, we're talking about 150 players. So either they're going to have to cut back and make a whole lot less Bowman draft, or they're going to have to include autographs of guys who weren't really drafted but maybe signed after the fact or something, because you can't produce a product on that scale because it's a heavily printed product. And only potentially have 150 players in it. You'd get a zillion autographs of the same guy over and over and over. So that may impact how we see Bowman draft and that sort of stuff come out later in the year too. So, Rich, you need Justice Sheffield or Ken Griffey Jr. Oh, we pulled a beautiful Ken Griffey Jr. out of Donruss the other day, numbered to 2, I think that one was. And we pulled a Ken Griffey Jr. Didn't we pull one out of Gypsy Queen, guys? Didn't we pull a 1 of 1 Ken Griffey Jr. out of Gypsy Queen? Or a 1 of something? I think it was a 1 of 1. Anyway, we pulled 2 Ken Griffey Jr. autographs in really short order. One of them was definitely Donruss. I think the other one was out of Gypsy Queen. A different case, obviously. But I think we did. Jay Allen might remember. Howie Kendrick, numbered to 250 for the Nationals. Betsy, you said the guy that was breaking was losing his mind over the 3 booklets. Oh, I know. I would have been too. I get super excited when we pull good stuff, even though I don't get to keep it. I just babysit it until it goes out the door to you guys. I still get super pumped when we pull really good stuff. It's fun, man. It's fun. Jay Allen, you need a really big hit because your phone is about to die. All right. Well, then let's try and find you a really big hit before your phone dies. Logo swap for Rowdy Tellez and the Toronto Blue Jays. And the other Griffey was in this. Okay, I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. So, yeah, we have been on a bit of a Ken Griffey run lately. Which, hey, I'm all for it. I like it. Pete Alonso in the Mets. Tarot insert. You know, being a Reds fan, that I'm all about Griffey, Jr. and Sr. We still have a little bit of Donruss to do, too. A half case of it. So, somewhere along the way, somewhere down the dusty trail, we'll break the back half of that, too. Dwight Smith Jr., Baltimore Orioles. Our second autograph out of that box. All right, we are approaching the last box. So we are invoking last box mojo along about now to see if we can pull something spectacular, wonderful, awesome, volcanic out of here. A big fiery hit or two. Let's go for it. Let's try it. Let's just try to make them both big fiery hits. First things first, our box loader chrome parallels. For the Oakland A's, it's Seth Brown. Here come the Cubbies. Chris Bryant. And the Red Sox with Andrew Benintendi. Which reminds me, I still have a Benintendi autograph from Spectra that I never got from Panini, his rookie year. Maybe some of these guys in their downtime can, like, sign all the cards that they owe for their redemptions. Wouldn't that be nice? We should tweet that to somebody. Hey, all you players who are sitting home and haven't signed your cards over the last 5 years, how about you do it now? That'd be great. Thanks. I mean, for the Steelers, I have Artie Burns rookies out of Impeccable, 2 or 3 of them that I never got. And, of course, Artie Burns is now gone. I mean, how many years ago was that? Was that 2016, wasn't it? That he was a rookie? I want to say 16. So, yeah, that was a bunch of money wasted. I'm all excited, hitting the Steeler, rookie, and Impeccable, and then 4 years later, I never got it, and the guy's gone. So, woohoo! Jay Allen would like to see a box topper autograph. Those are so hard to come by in any product. You know, occasionally, obviously, they do turn up, and we've hit some before, not out of this year, out of Gypsy Queen, but we've hit them out of products before, but they are scarce. They are definitely hard to come by. But for sure, they are a lot of fun when you do find them. Calvin, you feel Acuna coming up? You're feeling like it's a Braves kind of moment? And you got a box loader autograph today. Oh, very nice. Dylan Cease for the White Sox. Well, cool. Congrats, man. Jay Allen, you're still waiting on Jordan Montgomery. I'm waiting on a bunch. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to get them. There's quite a few. The Benintendi came to mind just because of seeing his card, but I know there are others like that I'm waiting for in baseball from Panini. And then, of course, there's a ton of of other stuff, like all those Artie Burns cards and whatever that now are just, even if I did get them, like, who cares? He's not a Steeler anymore, and card's not worth anything, and I mean, like, who cares? But, yeah. At the time when he was a rookie, when we were opening Impeccable, it seemed like it was a pretty exciting thing. But now I'm just like, keep it. Fortune Teller Mini, Max Scherzer. So that's one guy, like, I'd just as soon he not sign his cards. So tweet out, everybody please sign your cards and return them, except for Artie Burns, because nobody wants yours now. Aristides Aquino. Players Weekend, Cincinnati Reds. Of course, I don't think they would substitute it for anything worth a darn now either. Because when they sub them out, they base it on the current valuation of the card. Not what the card would have been worth when you sent it in, Bichette, but what it is worth now. So... oh, cool. I can be sent a replacement card worth 50 cents. Woohoo! Oh, mercy. Shad, you want to see a Matt Chapman signature. All right. And Calvin says you're more of an Ozzy fan, but you, of course, want an Acuna autograph. Well, I can't blame you there. We were hitting him a lot last year, and actually even we hit him out of something earlier this year, it seems like, with some regularity, but I can't think what it was now where we kept finding him. Numbered to 150, it is a blue border Austin Meadows Tampa Bay Rays. But, yeah, I like watching Ozzy play, and Acuna. They're both great. Speaking of Acuna, there was a Fortune Teller Mini for him. A lot of fun young guys to watch. The Blue Jays are fun to watch. The Braves. A lot of the young kids that are coming in are making things interesting. Alex Young, look at that. The very last autograph we see, we get one for Jay Allen. That heads to him for his Arizona Diamondbacks and Alex Young. So Jay Allen, at least we got one for you, all right? So I know it's not perfect, but it's better than nothing, right? And you said you have a Hoskins box topper autograph to 10 in your collection. Woohoo! Look at you getting all fancy on us. That is a logo swap. Victor Reyes for the Tigers. Did you hit it in a break, or did you buy it, the box loader? You said they only offered you 150 points for the Montgomery. Oh, yeah. I mean, I probably wouldn't get 5 points for Artie Burns. I mean, when you look at the redemptions, they put the point totals on the redemptions. If nobody probably notices it most of the time. But even the best ones will only have 250 points on them, which you can't get anything for that in their stupid store. That is a blank nameplate Mercado for Cleveland. For the little Indians. Rich, you were a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan and you want a Chris Godwin rookie autograph. Oh, you ought to be able to find those. Those ought to be floating around with some regularity, I would think. I saw some new uniform designs, just glanced at the ones for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But what did you think? Did you like them? And then the Falcons ended up releasing their new uniform as well because it got leaked. And the Falcons uniforms are pretty tight. I like the changes they made. I don't dislike what Tampa Bay did, but it doesn't, to me, just seem as kind of dramatic a change as what they have for the Falcons uniforms. It's a lot of black in the Falcons new unis. And I like them. I thought they looked very good. Polar Bear, 150. Mets, Pete Alonso, blue border. And I guess there'll be several other teams releasing new uniforms over the next little bit. Football, I mean. San Diego Padres and Tatis. Of course, the Rams. Good gracious. I mean, that new logo is hideous. So I hope they did a better job, a much better job, designing their new uniforms than they did designing that logo, because that logo is ugly, man. I mean, it's just awful. Everything about it is terrible. Yordan Alvarez, Fortune Teller Mini. Like, they must not have tested that with anybody out in the real world, because I don't know anybody who has seen that thing that looks at it and says, oh, well, what an improvement. I love that new Rams logo. No, hasn't happened. An Aaron Judge blue border for the Yankees, numbered to 250. And we got just a couple more to look at here. Then we are going to do some recap action. After we do our recap, I will once again put up the spreadsheet with your shipping information on it. We'll also take another quick peek at what's coming up in the days ahead. If you missed any of that earlier, you are going to get another opportunity to see that after we do our recap, which is coming up right now, as a matter of fact. So we're going to look through all of our box loaders just because, I don't know, I do. They're chrome, they're cool, why not? So the Red Sox, Cubs, A's, this of course is numbered. Tampa Bay Rays to 150. Let's just go ahead and get all of our numbered ones at once, and then we don't have to keep picking up and putting down the pile. To 99, Machado for the Padres, and then the Indians, Logan Allen to 150. Then we've got Indians, Rays, the Blue Jays, Yankees, the Royals, Cubs, A's, Astros, and the Twins. That is the box loader. Now, a little assortment of things. So a numbered Fortune Teller Mini, Tatis Padres to 250. Aaron Judge to 250 for the Yankees. Pete Alonso to 150 for the Mets. A missing nameplate for the Indians. A logo swap there for the Tigers. A Players Weekend for the Cincinnati Reds. A logo swap for Toronto. Blue border to 250, the Nationals. Missing nameplate for the Indians. A logo swap for the Yankees. A logo swap and high number short print. That one is Koufax for the Dodgers. Missing nameplate, Baltimore Orioles. The Pirates, numbered to 250. Numbered to straight up 50. That is the Yankees with the black and white parallel. Missing nameplate, Cubbies. Logo swap, Dodgers. San Francisco Giants, numbered to 250. A high number short print for the Cincinnati Reds. Numbered to 50, it is Shohei for the Angels. Players Weekend for the Milwaukee Brewers. Players Weekend for the Braves. The Pirates, numbered to 250. A high number short print, Jackie Robinson for the Dodgers. This guy, we don't know what's going on with him. We're going to look at him again in a second. Chapman to 150 for the Yankees. And Trey Turner was turned around facing the other way. So I feel like there is something. There is a variation somewhere here, I think, because he was turned around facing the opposite way. But I'll be darned if I know what the variation is. So anybody? Anybody at all? It says, what does that say? 042? I think that says 042, which is the same end digit as everything else, but it is definitely was turned around backwards. So I don't know why it was, and I see no variation on it. So truthfully, I have no earthly idea what the variation is. Maybe it's not even a variation. Maybe it's just randomly turned around backwards, but we sleeved it and we're calling it that, and I don't know what it is. So there we go. And the Diamondbacks with an Alex Young autograph. For the Tampa Bay Rays, it is Austin Meadows to 150. That is Dwight Smith Jr. Out for the Orioles. Taylor Ward for the Angels. And we got a sweet little patch card here, little relic action for the Dodgers with Max Muncy, numbered 250. Lance McCullers Jr., Astros to 99. And then it is Zach Collins for the White Sox, black and white to 50 for the Twins. And look at that, the regular version of the same guy for the Twins. And we got it started tonight with one for the Miami Marlins with Yamamoto. All right, so you guys all concur then that the Trey Turner is just a base. Well, no wonder we couldn't find any variation in it, but he was turned around opposite in the pack, which virtually never happens with tops unless it is a variation. But I couldn't see one, you guys didn't see one, and then it does have the same code as the rest of the base, so I guess it was just base. I don't know. Well, that's kind of a drag, but anyway, at least we got another look at it and got a chance to sort it out. That was the important part, I guess. Now, let's take a little peek here at spreadsheet info again, shipping info, so on and so forth. I know, my thing got off center there. Sorry, I don't know what happened. That's why it all like moved around. I don't know, I accidentally grabbed something and it changed it all up, but I got it fixed, so, but that's why it moved, sorry. Yeah, so hoping that this gets out by Monday. Maybe it gets out sooner, but if not, Monday would be the target date. As always, contingent upon nothing unusual happening, which these days we never know what might happen on any given day, but contingent upon things staying as they are now. Assuming Monday, could possibly go Saturday, could possibly go Tuesday, feel like it'll be Monday. Everybody got cards in Gypsy Queen, so you don't need to worry about consolation cards there. If you were in the flawless break and you got skunked in there and didn't pull anything at all, not even a base card or anything, you will still get a package in the mail. It will ship out when the rest of the break goes out the door. That's the way we always do it when it's a paid shipping break, so you'll get consolation card or cards in it. And coming up in the days ahead, it looks like this. Multi-sport football. Can't be football if it's multi-sport, can it? Let's try that again. 2-leaf multi-sport autographed jerseys listed in the football category, and the spots are sold first letter of the last name. Also, tomorrow night will be a case of Inception Baseball and Leaf Metal Draft Jumbo Football by the half case, and it should have 40 hits in it, even though it's half case. Still got a whopping 40 hits in it. Those are loose boxes from a shared case, and once again, spots are sold as first letter of the last name. On Friday night, we're going to be a little bit later start time than normal. Not by much, though. It'll be 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific start time. We'll open Tribute Baseball by the full case, which is a new release for Friday night, and also National Treasures Football. Both Saturday and Sunday will be off nights. On Monday night, we'll come back and do some TriStar Game Day Greats autographed football jerseys by the full case and Inception Baseball again. So that is how it looks in the days ahead, and I guess that's probably about got me covered for tonight. Let's take a little peek here at chat again, make sure I've got everything addressed there that might have come up, and make sure we're covered there. And oh no, Rich says Mariners got the golden sombrero. Oh, I know we didn't do well with your Mariners. I'm sorry. Sorry. David, you're happy with what you got? Well, good. All right, at least we got somebody happy there. So thanks again, everyone. I appreciate you very much being here with me tonight. I hope I will see you again tomorrow night, but if I don't catch you there, I hope you'll come back and see me sometime soon. In the meanwhile, stay safe, stay healthy, stay indoors, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye now.